My name is Emery and I'm a professional tarot reader making my living online for going on 30 years now. I started off just like you. I had tried to previously learn the tarot cards and you can bet that I failed. I stumbled and messed up when I was first starting out. Is this starting to sound familiar? If you're like most people that I talk to, you can relate. But then I turned it all around in a very short amount of time. And here's the secret. I began reading in pairs and using just one spread that provided all of the positions in the tarot. I found a unique way to tap in and put all of the pieces of the tarot's guidance together. After that, the results became easy. I simply found it was like learning another language. And I've been getting great results for myself and for others for the last 30 years. The point is, I know exactly what it takes to do an honest and accurate tarot reading. Now I'm going to show you how to do this too. So stick with me because you're going to love it. Hi everyone, hello, how are you all today? Are you well? Are you having a wonderful weekend? And so we're back for more tarot tuition, continuing this journey of ours through the Major Arcana and the Minor Arcana cards. And today we are continuing with the Pentacles. So we start today with Court cards, Page of Pentacles and Knight of Pentacles. So how are you all? Have you had a wonderful week? Come and say hi. Remember, you can ask any questions about the tarot, the cards, the meanings, the feelings, something you might be struggling in, something you might be curious about. That's what this is all about. So I will jump in and please do feel free to comment and just ask your questions. I'm more than happy to be able to answer them if it's about what we're doing. Sometimes people think it's about readings, and I'm afraid today it's all about tuitions. Telma, hi, how are you? How are you doing? Are you here? Oh, a lovely kiss too. Thank you very much. Big hug to you as well. Hope you are having a wonderful weekend. Hope you're well. Lovely to have you along. So thanks for saying hi. I really appreciate that. It's nice when you just let me know who you are, maybe where you're sort of tuning in from, and how you're getting on as in your day, and maybe how you're getting on with being curious about reading tarot. That is what I like to hear, not simply because it's a wonderful, kind comment, but it's working for you. That is everything. Telma, if you want a copy of the PDF, just write to me. I'll send all of them so that you've got very much like what I've got on screen. It is a little bit lighter. I had a look at it the other day and it's like I've modified this a little bit. So you're welcome to have a copy of that. Or if you want to, jump onto my website, tarotwithemery.com, and there's a flip book there. And the flip book is identical to what I'm teaching here. So if ever you want to go and actually have a browse or have a look at it, it's very difficult with a flip book. It only works on a website, I believe. It's not something you can download. But I'm really pleased that it's helping. You're from Ireland. I always wanted to learn with stuck when trying to read the cards. Telma, that's exactly why I'm here. You know, and that's exactly why I kind of branched off from being tarot reader for 30 odd years, part-time, full-time, you know, all the rest of it. And I did train other people, as in to come and work for us on the website. And I trained friends and people that were curious about my method. But it was really difficult to kind of say everyone could come at a certain time, you know, and, oh, it's Tuesdays at 7 p.m. and that's it. It's no good. Yeah. Reading them together, this is what I'm going to be covering, Telma, and once I've done today, I'm hoping I don't have too many calls and that I'm trying to put together a little bit on here to try and encourage people a little bit more about this method. If you go on to tarotcourses.online, if you're finding it hard to bring the whole thing together, it's the place to be, and you need the intermediate. if you already know your cards, I've done beginners so that you've got everything here. But if you go on to the actual tarot courses.online, you can buy the intermediate course, and that shows you how to put it together, the spread. And I will be doing a few videos on a spread and giving you some ideas as to what it can do for you. But I'll also be showing you how to read in pairs properly, here as well. But I wouldn't be able to show you everything that comes on the course, and it's well worth the investment because, I was thinking recently, just a silly thought, but it's there. I was like, investing in a deck of cards has kept us going. It's been my livelihood. Imagine another career where you could actually say that you only had a deck of cards and yourself to turn up. My previous careers, I needed equipment. Of course I need equipment to make this happen, but, really, if I just wanted to be a tarot reader, I could, in all of fact, go and work for someone else with just a deck of cards. It's just that I like depth, and I like to go on and I like to share, and I like to kind of be with people that kind of like doing what I'm doing, and share it, because I believe that's what it's all about. So, Telma, I'm really pleased. Whereabouts in Ireland are you from? That's where my parents, my father and my mum, her father before her, they're all Irish. So it's wonderful. My dad's Galway, Roscommon, that sort of area. My mum's family were, her father was Fermanagh. Yeah, excellent. So tell me, I can only do so much here, as I'm sure that you've heard me say, but I'm trying to figure out how to actually help people discover that there is a method, and that if this is enough for them, fine. If not, jump onto the website, go and get what you need, sit and do it, 2 o'clock in the morning for 2 minutes, or, whenever you've got free time, or indulge the day in learning whatever you want to do. That's why I've done the courses. You're from Dublin. Oh, fabulous. Dublin's fair city. Absolutely. Always makes me think of that song, Ring a Ring a Rosie. I know there's millions, but I love Ring a Ring a Rosie, as in, I love it. Okay, right. So and you're very, very welcome. Also, I should add, if you do need any help, it's well worth going and having a look, as in, at what's on the website. There's lots there that I've provided for you so that you can actually find a solution to maybe some of the problems. Go back over some of the videos. Even don't feel shy of looking at videos that I've made that maybe the title is about how to get your ex back. Or this is all about you. Why? Because that kind of covers the spread that I'm using and shows you, I even talk about it in the actual sort of video. This is so-and-so, this is what's going on, this is their thoughts, this is their feelings, this is how it comes together. Yeah, it's to have a reading, but it's all research, it's all background stuff, isn't it? And I know, sorry. No, this is actually being able to actually say to people how I can help them. That's what it's about, okay? Friday nights is all about you guys. This is about training, okay? So if that's how you feel, Peter, perhaps it's not for you. I'm here to help people. The only way that they can actually feel that they can be helped is to have a certain element of knowing your background and where you're coming from and why and how I can help them. Nothing more, nothing less. Okay, so thank you very much for your comment, but seriously, that's not what it's about. Okay, it's about what we can share with you as an individual when it comes to learning how to do the tarot. So now that we've welcomed people, and Peter, you're welcome to stay, and if you don't think it's for you, and I'm sorry that you feel like that, then my apologies. Okay, so Telma, lovely. Lovely. Thank you so much for your kindness. Now, good. I'm glad you're watching the videos. My point is, and Telma, I hope you understand, that you can see how it's used, because I know what it's like to feel a little bit lost, and I know that people that have been wanting to read the tarot have been struggling to put the pieces of the puzzle together. That is the point. Okay, so let's move forwards now. okay, into the Page of Pentacles. And Page of Pentacles is Capricorn, and the message of financial opportunities. So it is about finances, but Pentacles are about manifestations and products that we already are manifesting. So we're in a process of having made something happen. Now with the Page, there is more to learn, okay? It's showing we are the novice almost of what it is we are studying, or we are materializing, or we are manifesting. So it's the message of financial opportunity, which can be that by studying X, you end up getting Y. And that's the point. This is what I'm trying to say. It's all about fixed focus. It's all about deep study. And it's all about learning ways to train and make money. So money is involved, yes, but you've got to actually do the work first. You've got to do the study. You've got to go into the focus of what it is that you are analysing or collecting, that knowledge, that information. Our figure shows the Page looking at the Pentacle. The Pentacle represents what it is he is about to embark upon learning and developing the knowledge and the wisdom of. It is deep study. We can see him looking at it like this. That's the focus. He's learning ways to educate himself. And this is a person who is practical and sensible, and they are good at building on an opportunity to acquire wealth. They make things happen in practical ways. The Page of Pentacles takes life very seriously, acting out a little old for one's age. So the Page of Pentacles is really studious and serious, and probably the most serious of all of the pages. He's the one that's most interested in manifesting material things, not just possessions and money, but machines, inventions, thoughts and things that are made by skill and artifice. Everything in this young person's life can be done properly. That's why we're seeing him studying in the way that our figure shows in the cards, okay? And he may have already begun a business and be sure that he has a sound financial and development plan. So, you know, although he doesn't know everything, he is fixed, focused, developing, gaining strategy, gaining wisdom on his journey, unlike maybe, shall we say, the Page of Cups, that's actually very artistic, very creative, wants, dreams, feels, has emotions, has dreams, has fantasies, has daydreams, and has an imagination that may actually just stick at wanting or enjoying those sensations of those thoughts rolling or developing them, and kind of going, I'm not feeling very good about this now emotionally. I think I'll walk away and do something else. Our Page of Pentacles doesn't do that. They have a strategy, they have a plan, they have a focus, and they are in development. They know where they're at in their journey. They know, just like Telma said, hold on a minute, you know, I'm learning this, and I was stuck reading them. She's in them. You're the Page of Pentacles, Telma. You know, that's exactly what this is. You are learning, you are in a place where you are saying, right, I'm developing this, and, you know, I'm adding all the time. And that's my point. You know, what I was mentioning is in the courses, you can add to it. So if you know all of your cards, you're feeling this is refreshed and helped you understand that, you might want to jump in and try the intermediate. Why? Because it shows you the system of the spread. It also shows you all of the houses that you are looking for. It's a map. It's saying this is where you look for this. This is how you put this together. This is how you work with a pair. That is what it's about. Okay, I know that when I have led the team of psychics, that when they have come to me, it's like I've got card blindness, I couldn't feel anything, I felt that they were blocking me or stopping me or shooting me down, or look, I want it to be this. Yeah, it's a journey. It's a journey, absolutely. That's exactly it. I am still developing, learning all the time, in many ways in my life, including the tarot. Why? There's all sorts of different systems and schools of thought that I don't know. But I know that there's a system that works, that has given me a career and has provided a career for 250 psychics still on that platform now, and many more that's come and gone over the last 14 years. So I know the struggles that people have. So it's time to actually jump off there and say, let's help people, because you know what? They need to know where to find it. Okay, and I couldn't do that while I was working full time. So that is why I have tarotcourses.online, and that is why I've put this together. And yeah, I'm extremely busy doing lots of other things, but it's important. So that's why I'm doing it, okay? So it's true, you're developing all the time. And Page of Pentacles makes it happen, has already started, is already involved in it. It's not just a whim, it's not just a thought. If it was a thought, we'd be in the actual suit of swords. If it was a feeling, it would be in suit of cups. If it was, I'm in action, I'm working at this, we'd be looking at wands. We've got somebody here that's actually made it happen. So as I said, Thelma, perfect example. You've already been doing this. Now you're adding to this. So it's not about starting out as a novice and knowing nothing, going, oh, I've always been interested. I don't know a thing. Don't know what a deck of cards is. I don't know the difference between oracle cards, tarot cards, or whatever. Yeah, it's that kind of thing. Hi, Iris. I'm fine. How are you? How are you doing? Lovely to have you along. Thank you so much for saying hi. Lovely to see you again. I'm good. And I'm here on a Sunday instead of a Saturday. Okay, so there we go. Right. Okay. Has anyone got any questions about the Page of Pentacles? These are just bullet points. It's good to turn around and have something in your mind that helps you kind of say, there you go. If you want a copy of this, just write to me, hello@tarotcourses.online. 1 second, let's have a look before I move on to the next one. Yeah, okay, right, there you go, if you want. Okay, so there you go, if you want that. All right, so there's your chance to go and get all 78 or just the ones that we're doing right now, which is the Pentacles, whatever you want. Okay, so it's there. Right. Thelma, if the Page of Pentacles appears, could it point to a future success regarding a financial goal, like a good job? Yes, absolutely. And what you'd be looking for next is, as you continue to put out your cards, you'd be looking for that development. And do you know what that would be? Does anybody know how you would know that? I'm going to give you a minute because I think that this is a really great question. Okay, let me move that up there. Oh, not what I intended to do. Sorry. Okay, let's try and make that tiny bit smaller. I want to bring your question in. Does anyone know how you would look to see? Okay. 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 I'm not quite sure what you mean by that, Thelma. I'll let me take it sort of and help you. It's it could be, absolutely, but it's really quite simple. It's a fabulous, fabulous question, okay? If the Page of Pentacles appears, could it point to a future success? The success is watching the development of the court card. You've got it right in front of you. I'm actually sitting in the PDF of it. You're looking to see if he becomes a knight, or a queen, or a king. Do you see? Has he managed it? You see? Get it? Now, it gets even more wonderful than that. And this is why I say there's so much there. And suddenly it's like, does that make sense? Yeah, we've got this guy studying. And what happens when you are a student? You then go on to further ed, don't you? Or you train in a skill or an apprenticeship. Yeah. So he may become the Knight of Pentacles. He may jump this one and go straight into being the Queen or the King, okay? And we can talk about that. That's why I keep banging on about court cards, So I keep banging on about this method. It works, you know, and it's helpful. And I'm here to share it. And I'm here to tell you why I'm sharing it and what's in it for me. Well, hopefully you'll come and either buy a course of me, or you'll recommend me to somebody who also wants to kind of just do the free version on here. Yeah, whether that's in a group or whether that's someone that you feel, gosh, you know, they're really looking to do something different. They're very good at that, but they are struggling, and I don't think they've got the confidence. What a shame. You know, if there's a place where we could actually help them bring all the pieces of the puzzle together and make them feel confident. And that's what I've kind of been good at helping other people with in the past. And going, you've got it. All you need is somebody to say to you, it's this. That'll give you the confidence. So you see how easy that became when you asked that question. And this is why I do the lives, because you're thinking of things, see? I may have the answers, but of course I was going to include that. You've asked it at a vital time where people are watching and going, well, what is this? And it's like, that's how you look to see if it's going to happen. You look further along. What if it goes the other way? What if you've got somebody who's a king that then goes back to being a page? Is it because they've lost it or dropped the ball, as it were? Or is it because they're fine at that, but they've begun something entirely different? And I can teach you all about that without kind of going off, okay? Our Knight of Pentacles could be, our page could progress to being a Knight of Pentacles, or he could progress to being Knight of Wands, Knight of Cups, in which case he's kind of diluting a little bit. So he's becoming better, but his emotions are better because he's elevated as a knight, or as a queen, or as a king. Or, he's got some really serious thinking that's going on right now, and he's become the King of Swords. We know he's got the whole lot when it remains in suit. So it's really exciting, and I can only cover certain bits here. I will be doing a whole load more about court cards and how you can actually gain so much wonderful pearls of wisdom from them. Okay, so our Knight of Pentacles is Taurus. He is somebody that's following the rules and methods. So he's sticking to everything, and he's going, I've got a strategy, I'm continuing my development. It's like further ed, isn't it? Further education. He's got his feet firmly on the ground, and everything with this card is slow. Okay, it's related to Taurus, which is the slowest timing of all in the tarot. Okay, why? Meticulous, careful, grounded. I'm not going to make any sudden moves. How do we know that? How will we remember that? Look at that horse. That horse is like those shire horses that pull the cortege for funerals, or some heavy load. Maybe the plough in the fields, you see. It's not galloping, it's not agile, it's not dainty, it's not like those acrobatic horses. It's not galloping like it's running a race, or playful like a young sort of horse playing. It's showing stability, strength, steady and careful. You wouldn't want, a horse bolting if it's pulling a funeral cortege like they used to years ago. You wouldn't want that if it was responsible in the fields, it's into plough. Can you see what I'm trying to say? Dependable, reliable, careful, plodding, strong, safe, all of those things. And we're shown our knight looking again and focusing on the product, whatever that is. It's not the money. It's represented as that. We can only use symbology to actually, otherwise you'd have a flowchart above his head, wouldn't you? Yeah, tarot is old-fashioned. It's understanding the symbology. It's being able to put it all together, and it can mean many different things, but it helps you to know that there is a firmness and a steadiness and a reliability in our Knight of Pentacles, which is why things are slow. Anything good takes time. Okay, and if it seems to have happened quickly, there's probably been a whole series of events before it got to that stage or that point. Okay, so it's meticulous attention to the smallest of details, forensic. Maybe look at that as if, somebody's looking down a microscope. What's in there? We're looking at cells. Find ways of being able to go, I really get what that's saying. And if you can have a story or something that's happened to you that resonates with you in your life, when you were studying, maybe you're studying this, maybe you want to be as meticulous as this, maybe it's happened in your life as a student when you were training to be X, Y, or Z. How hard did you work at it? Or was it just a load of fun and you ended up being good at it and you didn't have to really put that effort in? Who knows? But if you can think of something where you really went, I want this so badly, I'm prepared to really go through the pain to get the gain, that's the Knight of Pentacles, okay? Training courses, just like this one, okay? A person who has a good knowledge of science and computers, really, and you'll find that that's accurate, okay? And good at doing the right thing, but not getting much joy from it. So what does that mean? Sometimes they're going, this is a bit of a burden. I can't go out and play because I am, I've made plans to make sure that I don't waste my time and I'm giving my time to this and I can't spread myself too thinly. It's a sense of responsibility, okay? There's a tendency to focus too much on detail and process, to appreciate a lot of the accomplishments that he's got. He wishes he could sometimes just be a little irresponsible and less driven by duty. So this person can actually be going, I'm not there yet, and so I haven't got the rewards, but it's tough being this disciplined, this dutiful, this kind of, focused and having to say no. People stop asking you, do you want to come out to play? Knight of Pentacles would go, gosh, I'm sorry, I've got to do X, Y, and Z. Oh, leave it. And that's like, if I did that every week, I'd get nowhere. So they say no. And they wish they didn't, but they do. Okay? Rightly or wrongly, you've got to know that's what's going on with this person with court cards. People say, well, what is it? I actually used to, my first person that introduced me really seriously to tarot used to take the court cards out. She said, I can't cope with them. What a shame. What a shame, because actually there's so much knowledge and information in there, okay? And that's probably now, and I look back, because she'd been taught by somebody who'd done that too. So, we either develop or we don't. It's neither here nor there, but I hope you don't, because they are so useful. And it's about the person that's having the reading. That's who the court cards are. It's an aspect of them. Simple, yeah? So the person having the reading, you go, but it's all these people showing up. It's aspects of them in different ways. Well, how will you know where it relates? Well, that's when I say to you, you've got to have a spread that tells you, okay? The spread is actually, here is this person, here is someone else. This is their work. This is their family. How do you know that? It's all in the course, I promise you, okay? So, this is a person that really works hard and does their best, but often finds a sheer dutifulness in their life. It's quite depressing. And I can honestly understand how that must feel for people that have really got to kind of keep going, and saying no all the time to fun, to play, feeling a sense of burden. We can all feel like that. It's not always permanent. So when I say it's an aspect, it doesn't mean they're stuck like that. You're looking at, say the Hierophant came up like Thelma suggested. Well, that's probably because they are following some sort of official path. The Hierophant's all about officialdom. And in the spread, if it came up in work, you'd see that they are looking to gain official documents to make them official in work. And they are training. So you'd look at the House of Work, you would see that the Hierophant's there. No, it's got to be official. Yeah? It's red tape. Okay? It's no good saying I've turned up without a piece of paper. They want that piece of paper. Oh, but I can do this. Well, you haven't got the piece of paper saying so, or the officialdom. Do you see? Yeah? So that's what I'm talking about. So you can put the pieces together. And then your intuition can take off and everything else that you know. But it helps you feel that you understand what the spread and the cards and the pairs and the symbols is telling you. And then you can go on delightfully picking up all the other bits and pieces, which makes it so much fun, which is why I'm saying I'm still learning, but I've got a method, and I've got, I've been reading for 30 years. Of course I learn all the time. Things pop up on all sorts of places, don't they, where we actually see that somebody's teaching us something. Did you see this in this card? And you go, yeah. And they go, do you know it's this? And you go, really? You're right, absolutely. Look at that card every day, and it didn't occur to me to actually focus on that. I've done that. It's been teeny, teeny, teeny. And I think it was on the Chariot's lapel that this guy actually mentioned about it and whatever, man. It was fascinating. And that was only a couple of weeks ago. See? It's all about the fact that you continue along your journey. But nobody knows everything. We all continue to learn. How awful it would be if we knew everything. I'd hate it. This is a guy that's successful because he's also hardworking and patient, and when it comes to achieving anything practical, but his problem is that he can't find happiness in just his abilities. So this isn't the be-all and end-all. Good. This is what I'm saying about an aspect. So if you imagine that you're kind of studying to a career that involves you having to kind of get your education at school, further education in university, and then go on maybe into training within the actual workplace itself to actually become an expert. Yeah? That's so lovely, Talma. Thank you very, very much indeed. I am delighted. That means that this is working. Feedback's wonderful, even when somebody sort of says, oh, it's all about you. Well, who else can it be about? It's my channel. I'm sharing this with you. You need to know that you've got some reliable sources of information that I've just, the work that's gone in over the years, I want to share it. But I can't turn around and say one does this and one may do that. It's my personal work. So of course it's about me, but it's also about what I know can actually help you either become more proficient at reading or even get a career. That's it's kind of really what I'm expecting people to want to do, because I've read for people for 30 years and they say, I want to do this, but I don't have the time to go on a course, I don't have the money, I can't give up my day job, I've got a lot of responsibilities, I can't make that, I can do this, but I can't do that, I can't fit it in. I get it. And that's why I've done it like this. So you can pop on here or pop on the courses. The courses are, you go onto my website and you watch the video. And you stop it and you go back when you want to. You do the lessons when you want. They're yours to keep. That's it. You can't download them. There's a reason for that. Because, I didn't do 2 years of making videos, PDFs, putting 30 years of work together to share with you, to not cover my time, or the fact that, I need to be able to make a transition, to be able to help people with the courses and with their learning more than I am. Most of my time spent reading, but I had to do that on top, yeah? And I was the Knight of Pentacles, having to do it, yeah. Yeah, can understand that. And what happens is, are they valuing you? Okay, and maybe you're finding what can happen. There's nothing wrong with that. Okay, and people say, oh, right. Okay, when you have, that's fine if they are in some way valuing you. You cannot do it for free. Okay, when you're practicing, yes, but there comes a point, as you've mentioned there, they want you to open the deck every week. That's your precious time. Then they want to go over it. It's exactly why I moved into the company that I set up, for those reasons. I really understand what that's like. Boundaries. And your boundaries is, I'm really sorry, I've got a paying customer and I've got to give them priority. Oh, well, when can you do me? I'm just saying, well, perhaps you need to book on my system. Or, well, you're going to have to talk about a painful subject if they're not paying you, or they're not giving you something in barter. You could barter maybe the fact that they you know, pay for something for you that you dearly want. It's like, oh, I want this deck of cards and I can't really afford it, you know. Could you do that for me? Could you order that for me? You know, here you are. Or some sort of gift voucher. Right, I totally get that. I totally get that, and you know, I don't. But there are people that do. But I have been there when it did happen. So I don't now, okay? But I used to. And why? Because when you've got something big going on, you've got a lot of changes, you need some sort of guidance, and then all of a sudden you kind of get the reins and you develop it and you don't need it. That's the point. But if you feel that they are not developing, somebody taught me to say, well, come back when it's happened and we'll discuss it then. Yeah? Come back when your last reading comes to fruition, when everything's happened in that reading, and come back to me. That's a good way of maybe doing it if you're feeling a little bit that, you know, they're becoming what people can term, you know, a bit addicted to or dependent upon a reading all the time. You know, just say, gosh, you know, I think I know you too well. I think you should maybe pick a reader that doesn't know you and see what they have to say. You know, there's a million ways. This is what I say. I'm not just new at this, going, oh, I wonder what you could do. This has been my career to support people, and I know that it can be incredibly difficult and feel like a huge responsibility. And how do you say no to them? Just maybe you need to read them from someone else. I may not be right for you. Oh, but I really like our readings. And just going, well, you know, something I need you to actually see, you know, really, that you explore that with someone else, or you give it time for it to happen before you come back to me and discuss it again, because you know, maybe you're not actualizing or giving it a chance to happen, those kind of things. Yeah. Okay. It's lovely that they, just saying, I really appreciate your feedback so much. But maybe different perspective might help, or whatever it is, you know. But also bartering, you know, it's the fair exchange. People say this all the time. Oh, I don't mind. Fine. Then do it 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. Neglect your family, your responsibilities. Don't put food on the table. Then what? And you can't. You can't. Not if it's going to be that successful, and it can be. It really, really can be. So I say to you, you know, you've got to turn around and do what's right for you, okay? Or just say, oh gosh, I'm going to do some paid readings now, and I do it online, and I'm going to commit that time to that. So I'm really sorry, I'm not going to be available. I've got to do it this way. I'm testing the waters to see how it is, you know, and do it. Don't lie, you know, actually do that. Yeah. It's impossible. How can you live a life like that? You know, and this is, you know, you get people saying things like that, like to do it for free, then that's up to you. But it's not for you to judge other people that can't. You know, if it's your full-time living, and, you know, this is, I've taken this, you know, developed it and studied it and got people, provided jobs for them, obviously, you know. So it's there, and it's nice. We have to live our life too. Absolutely. Got to be healthy boundaries. So if anyone's got struggles, I totally understand. You know, my sincere sort of wishes go to you, that you will navigate some of those difficulties where people do think that you've got nothing better to do than read for them 24/7. And you know, you can feel like, gosh, you know, you are relying on it too much, or you're stopping me from doing what I want to do. You know, don't want to do a reading right now. I, you know, want to have my thoughts roll, and my playtime, and my downtime, and my decompression time, and do other things, and be happy to do a reading for you if I felt there was value in some sort of barter. There has to be a fair exchange. Even when you are learning, I would recommend that you ask for something in exchange. You know, silly as it sounds, perhaps they could do your ironing for you. Perhaps they could turn around and man your kids for you. Maybe they could turn around and give you an hour of their time babysitting, or give you a lift, or pay for your petrol money if you go to them. or make the meal. I'll do your cards, you cook dinner. And there's my half of the ingredients. Where's yours? It's not being rude. I'm saying it like that. It's a nicer way of saying it, but I need to get to the point because, we're all here. But think about it. What would you value? What would you like? What might help you? It's what works for you. Some might say, oh, get you a bottle of wine. Great. Nothing wrong with that. Perfect. If that's what you want, take me out for a drink. But it can sometimes be men say, oh, take me out for a beer, mate. Whatever. Okay, so let me show you a little bit about the course, just a little thing here, and I'll be back in a minute where I change things and show you different decks with some of the Page of Pentacles in different decks and the Knight of Pentacles. Here we go. Welcome to the Pentacle family, the Minor Arcana, the Suit of Pentacles, the Earth family. Here you can enroll into my comprehensive video course with me, where I will teach you everything you need to know about the Suit of Pentacles. Now, deep down, most people will probably own a deck of cards and really don't know how to read them. And that's sad if you're an aspiring tarot reader and you want to know so much more. Here's a course where you can learn at your own pace and start the lessons whenever you desire. By going on to the system, you're able to follow the strategy of how this unique course allows you to learn the symbology of the Rider-Waite based decks and what the element of Earth really means. Pentacles answer the questions about finances, comfort, industry, and productivity. Earth is tactile and tangible and deals with the ability to manifest your goals. It represents the resources that we need to build our lives and ambitions and creates the foundations, which is stable, supportive, and fertile. The sensory existence and the seeking of pleasurable and sometimes indulgent experiences. You will also learn the negative aspect of the Suit of Pentacles, including being possessive, greedy, and overly materialistic. You will learn about overindulging and not exercising, managing one's finances to the detriment of other life priorities. Here's a little bit about me. My name is Anne-Marie. I'm your instructor, taking you through the Minor Arcana, the Pentacles. So why not enroll now and learn as much as you can about the Earth family, the Suit of Pentacles. Here's a course where you can learn my unique system and fast. Right, sorry, let me get rid of that. It won't disappear. Hold on one sec to bring that down. Okay. Then if you want your PDF, it's there. That's free, by the way. Anyone that wants it, you're welcome. Okay, right, sorry, the sun still bothering us all and burning us all, and skin's dry and itchy and sore. Sorry. Right. I've got 4 decks to show you today, just examples of different pages and knights in different decks, nothing more, nothing less, okay? And here you can actually see, with the Knight of Pentacles, Thelma's saying, how will you know if the person's working towards a successful career or just wasting their time? Well, it's whether or not they actually go back to being a page. So if somewhere in the cards it's showing that in their career they end up being a page again, you know that they're wasting their time. If they remain a knight or a queen or a king, i.e. they've elevated to that, you know that they are successful. So you're looking to see a progression, as in, are they elevating from page to knight to queen to king? Or is it going backwards? is there, you know, I started off like this and now I've gone back to being a page. Yeah, hope that helps. She's saying, okay, wonderful. Okay, so this deck by Poppy Palin is the Everyday Enchantment Tarot, which is a lovely deck. And there's an example of very different page of Pentacles named Page of Coins in the stack. So my point of showing you different cards is to say in different decks, you're not going to see the traditional images always. You know, some are there, and I've picked some that look a little bit like that, and some that don't at all. Okay, so Page of Coins here, we're seeing our page, you know, look, this person is taking the dogs for a walk and there's money here. So what's the story? You know, is this an enterprising young person saying, you know what, I need money to go on and do my training or whatever I want to do. You know, I want driving lessons, so or whatever it is. Yeah, let's imagine it's there. So I'll take dogs for a walk and that helps me pay for my lessons. You see what I'm talking about, barter? Yeah, and our Page of Coins is enterprising. You know, they don't look like they've got a business there. Looks like that's a neighbourhood. Looks like it's a bit of a paid hobby. Looks like it's a bit of pocket money, barter and exchange. But the focus, you see, you know, if I do that, I can get to do what I need to do. My studies, my training. It's like we see students and they have to work, you know, to pay for their education. Those kind of things, but they're on their way, not daydreaming about it, not, oh, I think I'll do this. How do we know if they're like that? They're swords, okay, Page of Swords, okay? King of Swords, no, very serious. The energy's changed. They mean it. They are on their way. They are critically focused and serious. That's why I court cards, you know, and that's why I say in further sort of tuition, we can look at all of that. But it's giving you a wee example of what it's all about and how you can actually go, that makes so much sense. Of course. Why didn't I see it before? You know, the child's growing up into a teenager, then becoming a young adult, now they're becoming an expert. And that's kind of it, you know. See it as you want, you know, but if you get a deck that speaks to you, you go, gosh, I really like that. It's really going to remind me what this is all about. That's my point. Some might go, nope. I think I'd just go, what does that mean? Okay, so this is why I say working in pairs, Tama. You know, let's say that you had, bear with me, there we are, there's a card of work, the Hermit relates to Virgo, the 6th house, astrologically speaking. So if you had the Hermit sitting next to our Page of Pentacles, you would know that this person is training regarding work. Okay? If it was, bear with me, here's a good one. Let's change it for that. Let's say working, you know, and you know I work in pairs and that's what's on the courses and I'm going to be doing that later, a little bit here, but we'll only be touching on it. You would need to buy the course on tarotcourses.online to get the whole thing. It's impossible for me to go through the hours that I've put in on the videos here in this short period of time once a week. Judgment, long hour, longevity. That's the card of when we are looking long term, okay? It's about our future long term plans, security. That's why we've got, you know, the graves and the people jumping out saying you're a long time dead and you need to actually think that might happen in the blink of an eye. Okay, reevaluate what you've done, work out what you want to actually keep and decide maybe what you need to start doing and get on with it, okay? Because you've got to look at not just tomorrow, but a year ahead or 5 years ahead or a decade ahead or even more, okay? So that's your card of, you know, wakey, wakey, think about the future, the long-term future. And so Page of Coins here is going, yeah, I am. That's exactly what I'm doing. I'm looking at my long-term future. Here, it's about their work, because the Hermit is Virgo. Virgo is work. Here, okay, that's about the community. That's about the people. That's also about healing. See how it changes? That person's focused on that. That tells you what that is. But without it, it might be this, it might be that. You see? Okay, so there's a little, and we'll be doing loads of that going forwards, okay, to really help you. Okay, this one, interesting deck, the Shuffle Tarot. I decided to show you this deck. It's collection A. I do have collection B. I don't want to actually show that on the screen. It can be a little confusing. Why? Okay, here's what it's about. Here's our page of Pentacles, but the scene that he is in is not the traditional scene that we see in the Rider-Waite, you know, in the PDF that I showed you a moment ago. Not at all. This scene is actually from the Page of Swords. So what happens in this deck is they shuffle the background from somewhere else and bring in the character in a different way, so that you can combine. And I love that, because, you know, I'm all about combining things and adding things together, getting the ingredients to be able to actually put the pieces of the puzzle together to solve the puzzle. So here is, you know, a real mix match, and I love it. And I really, you know, it makes you think. It broadens your horizons. It gives you so much more knowledge and information, particularly if you want to read cards for yourself. You'll get so much from that. By going, right, what's it saying? It's telling me, you know, maybe I need to develop my thinking more. You know, yes, because it's the Page of Swords background. And I'm established in some of it, but I haven't got all of it. So there's bits I've got to think about, bits maybe I need to communicate about, and bits here where maybe, you know, I'm getting irritated or annoyed, because that's the Page of Swords, okay? And that's the background. So you're getting 2 pages in this scene, you know, or whatever the card is. And, you know, if it was the Hierophant, he turns up with, oh gosh, let's have a look. I've said it now, you could see it while I was putting it up. Yeah, look at that. Our Hierophant's turned up there in the Shuffle deck. But where is he sitting? Yeah? He's sitting in a scene here that isn't from that at all. Actually, sorry, that's Temperance, I beg your pardon. As Temperance turning up here, what looks like the background from the Hierophant, you see? So you see how confusing it can be. It's like, oh my gosh, yeah? I just pulled that out very quickly, sorry, you know, it's one of those. But it's a really good example of going, wow. So what's going on there? You know, Temperance, mixing, blending, things in moderation, a Hierophant, the scene that's going on behind. So it's saying, mix and blend things in moderation in regard of official matters. That's what that means, okay? So it's we can look at that another day, but I wanted to just kind of bring it in, and in the short time where I'm just trying to show you a million things, it's it can get kind of lost. Yes, it is mixed, and you would be confused, but it's an example of sometimes might be the right thing for you or the wrong thing for you, and that is my point, and that's why I vary them for you to go, that wouldn't be for me. And that's exactly what I'm saying, you know. It takes a lot of effort for somebody to go, right, okay, I really want to work with that. You might not, you might go, I just like it, and read with it normally, but it can confuse. And the point is, it's not me recommending, it's me saying, you know, cards are not cheap, are they? They're, well, anything between, you know, £20 to £50, and even more for some precious sort of decks that are, you know, really, really special. And well worth having to your collection. Or you may just go, no, I just want a deck that I can work with every day. My point is, your hard-earned cash, you know, you might go, I really like that, but then you get stuck and go, I don't want to read now because this card came up and I just didn't know what to do with it. It meant nothing to me. I felt lost, a bit like you said. That could confuse you. You might go, you know, I really like it. Whatever, you know. So this also, Page of Pentacles in this one, this comes from the Tripping Waite Tarot, okay? Might be a bit too bright, but it's perfect, isn't it? I actually really enjoy reading with that when I'm doing lives. but I don't use it in ordinary every day very much because I like to keep it pristine for lives. But you know, I've got my faithful sort of deck that I use. That there's about 6, 7 different ones that I rely upon very heavily. And yeah, I do reach to get different decks for different things for different people. The other day I came upstairs and thought I'm going to get my archetype cards to go with this reading for this person. Could feel it before they called. Well, whatever, yeah. And that's the point. Some decks will suit you, some won't. And it's not for me. I'm just showing you, well, I've been attracted to all of them. It doesn't mean you could get on with them all. And you know, that's my point. Okay, and it's not easy. You can't open the deck. There's a wonderful place in Chesterfield where they actually do open the deck, and what I mean by that is they will actually have a catalogue. You know, the files with the clear film. You know, like when you put a what do you call it, ring binder, yeah, with plastic sort of folders. And what they do is they've they've scanned all the images of that deck for you to see. So you've got a piece of paper, and then they've put 1 to 10 of various sort of, you know, some of the major cards, some of the minor cards, nice collection. And you can actually scan through and see some examples, 6 or 7 cards maybe, of that particular deck to see whether you might like it or not. It's just there for you to look at. And I think it's, the name escapes me, it's in Chesterfield, and I think it's called the Curiosity Shop. I'm not sure. I've been there a couple of times, and it's really hard to find, by the way. Ordering online, I've got no idea. I'm not suggesting you do that. I'm just saying how lovely that you had a chance to see what you were going to buy and whether or not you might like it. And that's kind of why I do what I do, to say that might be right for you. It's not go and get these, they're fabulous. It's like, would this work for you or would it not? That's all. You know, and does that make you excited, or does it make you go, I think I'll go back to my traditional? That's my point. Because I've had lots of decks where I've gone, I can't work with this. You know, especially if they're pip decks and they're just, you know, 10 swords just sitting there with the number 10. Doesn't do it for me. You know, yes, I might be able to turn around and read it briefly, but I would find it incredibly difficult to give any depth using just that deck. It wouldn't fire me up. I could do my job with it, but it's hard work. I wouldn't enjoy it, so nothing there for me. If I'm not going to get something out of it, it's not worth it, is it? You know, and that's why I suggest maybe, you know, that you, yeah, stick with the deck that you like. Absolutely the right way to go. That's my point. So I'm learning all of this and then going, oh wait, I don't know what's wrong. It can be your deck. That's why I do this. So you can actually say, gosh, is that why that would work? Or I definitely couldn't do that. And that's my point. That might be way too abstract for somebody. And this is too, you know, colourful. Oh, you know, I'm looking at the colours. You might be somebody that's drawn and symbolically colours speak to you. You know, in my training, we used to get that. You know, when I was a tarot student, we'd focus very much on the colours and what they meant and how it affects people, and psychically and symbolically what it all means. You might be one of those people. I just think it's an amazing deck that looks really good here. I'm very excited to work with it, particularly online. During the day, I don't, simply because I want to keep it pristine, but I would. Yeah, this one, it's lovely, but it's quirky and it's probably not much meat on the bone is what I'd say. It's gorgeous and very funny, and this was a gift to me. You know, somebody gave me this. I think it's quirky. I'm not sure that I would work with that. In fact, I haven't, so there you go. You know, I look at it and go, it's a lot of fun. I enjoy using it on lives because it's short and sweet, but to give a page reading, I don't think I would feel at all connected with it. And it's simple. Yeah? Yeah. Yeah. And Thelma's saying she bought one and it's called the Simple Deck for Beginners, and the images are quite realistic, and they're a collage of photos and real things. You see, that works for you. Might not work for someone else. Someone else might go, I like this. Page of Pentacles. You know, not quite sure what's going on there. You know, you've got all this showing you know, I'm lining everything up. I'm making, it looks like it's working and making money. And then it kind of stops for me, you know. So I like to show you things that can be not quite right, you know, but in this deck, there are some fantastic sort of other images, you know. Knight of Pentacles, there he is. Again, this is kind of, you know, he's been shown in a dinner suit here on Pentacles with a lawnmower. It doesn't really mean anything to me, but I show them to you because it's like, look, you know, these are decks that are out there that you might go, that's really, really something. I think of this, and it's like, go for it. Me, it doesn't do it for me, but I show it because it's not just all about, and I'm not recommending anything, I'm just giving you ideas, you know, to save you. So we can look at unboxings, but who can sit and watch an unboxing on every deck? Some do because it's relaxing, some don't get the time, yeah? Cutting the grass, yeah. Cutting the grass, yeah, but what's, yeah. I don't know, okay? Knight of Pentacles, we can kind of see exactly what the PDF is saying. Crazy things happening behind, could be distracting for some, maybe not for others. Maybe the colours just make it just pop and add to what they already know and just keep it going. Some it could distract, I get it, you know, whatever's right for you. It's about you, you know, that's really good. Okay, and Knight of Pentacles in the shuffle deck. Okay, so again we've got the crazy scene of, that's the background from the Rider-Waite deck that belongs to the Knight of Wands. Okay, and this is our image and scene, truly the Knight of Pentacles. But there's a twist there, okay? You know, look, here I talked about, this goes with the steadiness of that horse. This is more elegant, kind of, you know, it's going, it's like, it's not quite keeping in with the tradition of what that really means. Can be confusing to shuffle things up too much, maybe, yeah. Yeah, there is a deck that resonates with everybody. And that's my point, nothing more. You know, and if you say, oh, you associate, not at all. Don't know where I got these from, don't know where you can buy them. Give you the names of the boxes, that's up to you. I'll put it in the description. If you go get it, you go get it. If you don't, you don't. I'm not worried. It's just, I think, truly helpful to look at different decks and go, you know, it's helpful. Okay, because the light, I'm just putting my hand there, okay? It is, as we can see, the Knight of Coins, okay? Knight of Coins there. I can zoom a little bit in on that one. Bear with me. Yeah, it's probably as good as it's going to get. And I can't get the saturation any different. It's just the lights that catch, yeah? Even if I do it like that, no, it's definitely got to be that. The shadow's got to be my hand, okay? So just so you know, it really is in that deck called Knight of Coins. And there he is, look, enterprising. So maybe this is about earning money, you know, mowing the lawn for someone. New word there, okay? And this is like, you know, here's money, I'm washing cars. Yeah? Because I've got to pay for what I need to do in order to develop. Okay, I've got a strategy. Or this might be his business. Maybe this is his business. Maybe this is about him being able to afford to dress like that because he's got a business that looks like this. Perhaps that's what it is. You see? But then it kind of stops for me. It might not for you. So whatever works, that is the point. Okay, I think people are getting mixed up once again there, Vanny. This is not about readings, darling. It is strictly tuition. Okay, so we are done for today. Thank you for your company. I do try to make this that it's helpful to you all, and that you are able to come here and feel that you can ask questions of any sort. Okay, I may not have all the answers for you because I don't know what you're going to ask. What I mean by that is, you know, it may be a case if you say, gosh, what do you think of, you know, the Thoth deck? I don't work with that. That's my point. You know, so I wouldn't be able to comment on it. And why doesn't connect with me. Okay, why don't I use reverse cards? Because I've got this method, and there's no point, because feeding everything in is from the two cards together as a pair. Okay, next week I will be continuing. We'll be on the end lesson of this series of going through the 78 cards. If you've missed any, you can go back and watch the major, the swords, the cups, the wands, so that you are able to feel that you can follow along, and really as much as if we were just meeting, to do some light tarot training from the very beginning. And this was sort of what I would term beginners. Of course, my course is much, much deeper. Someone asked me, what's the difference? The depth. Okay, one card is like 5 minutes, and we really go into pages and pages of PDFs, as in that I'm showing you that I am, again, a bit like I am here, in it. And yeah, it's aimed at being able to tell you it's everything I could share with you on that particular card and its meanings, not just the bullet points. The bullet points there are just very quick for the purpose of being able to kind of help you go 1, 2, 3. That's more than I knew before. You know, if you've got one, it's great. Out of the bullet points that's on here, that's great. If you've understood one thing about the whole thing, you know one thing more. And that's what it's about. Okay, the courses are going in deep, 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 in the sense of you can take it in your own time, in your own journey of how it is that you want to learn. You know, you might go, gosh, that's enough. I've done the Ace of Swords. I need to really go and resonate before I move on to the Two of Swords. You know, and you can go back to it a million times. Of course you can, because it's yours. Okay, but you can't download anything on it. It's not there for that. It's all provided for you to actually work with it, as in just by watching, making your own notes. I've kept it cheap and cheerful in that respect, but it is full of depth. So it's very, very different to this series. This is just to help you, to give you a starting point and help you feel that, gosh, I could manage on my own now, thank you very much. Or actually, I think I might need a bit of help and I'd like to work with just that one or that one. Yeah, or all of it, whatever. Yeah, if you want to become a professional reader, you have got to be able to be confident and absolutely sure of yourself and feel that you are in a place of safety when you're working. And by that I mean that you've got your own rules and boundaries. Yeah, so, you know, because people can actually, like Thelma said, even family can actually perhaps overstep the mark a little bit. They're your boundaries, it's up to you. But if you need any help with that, I can offer a lot of advice and suggestions, because it happened in the business many, many times, and I'm sure, you know, there must be something that we could help you with if you're struggling, whatever it is. So I will leave you with a play out of a couple of videos here for you to watch. I'll see you next week, usually on a Saturday. It depends on my work as to when I can actually do this. And we will be doing the Queen and the King of Pentacles, and that will be the complete 78 cards. If you've missed any, just go back. If you want a copy of the PDFs and the bullet points used in this series, do write to me at hello@tarotcourses.online and I'll give you your copy. Yeah, Tarot then Marie, you can get a reading with me if you want, whatever you want, okay? I hope you've had a great sort of weekend and that you continue to enjoy it, and I will see you next time. Friday is free readings if anybody wants to come and ask for a free reading, mini readings on Fridays, okay? Till next time, 5 o'clock it is UK time, all right? So Fridays at 5 UK. I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.